Hello, so what I want to do here is I want to talk about how to write expressively. So this might be useful, for instance, if you're looking, writing an essay, writing a story, what else? It's basically creative writing, right? And this is something which I kind of know how to do pretty well, and it's sort of the way that I am anyway. So I thought I'd maybe share some of the way that I like to do these things. Not that I really do them anymore, but I still know how to do it, so it's fine. Alright, so what you might want to do is you might want to think, what are we going to be describing? So from a Minecraft perspective, perhaps we could think about this sort of landscape that we're in. So let's imagine we've got, say, an individual. We'll call him a he. He entered, the cold wasteland. Let's try a cold wasteland first of all. He entered the cold. So what would be the? So what things can we think about? What would be maybe the texture of the snow? These are the things you have to think about. You have to think about qualities of the environment. What would be the texture of the snow? What would be? Would there be animals? Would there be maybe like a lone owl? And then what is the verb? What is the word? What's the word they make? Would they chirp? They probably wouldn't chirp, would they? What's the noise there? So you might want to look that up. The lone owl. But then again, okay, so we don't know what the word is for that. But we know that they stare intently, don't they? Stare intently. And where would they stare intently? They might stare intently at the horizon. That's what you would imagine, because there's a lot of clear sky. The air was clear, maybe. The air was clear. A figure approached. So a good idea is to sort of like suggest movement, right? And where else might this individual enter? Say, what about the kitchen? Let's just change it up a bit. Alright, so he entered the kitchen. So we could say fruit was on the table, right? What about the length of time that fruit's been there? That's what we think about when we think of fruit. So it's a good way of like linking things together. So we could say it had gone mouldy. So if it had gone mouldy, what would what texture would it acquire? Would it become maybe bristly? Would it be discoloured? Would it mimic something grotesque? Yeah. So these are ways to get more expression out of these things. So it might do all those things. What about personal emotional state? Here's an interesting thing. So this is a good one to do. You want to think about the personal emotional state. So what might you think about there? You could think one of the best ways to do this, if you do this, right, you're abstracting the actual it doesn't actually make any sense, but you're speaking in a sense where it doesn't make sense. One of my favorites, you cut a clean fix. This is very, you can say the word cut to actually imply the notion of how someone's demeanor. You got a noble figure in his flowing gowns, and then the trail, and we might want to see what is the aspect of that clothing. What would that be called? And how would it travel along the ground? Weaving its way behind it. Yeah, if he's wearing a cloak or something. So that's another way of looking at it. But yeah, like I say, we should get to personal emotional state. So the emotional state thing. Yeah, I suppose personal emotional state, I'm not actually that good at that one. It is a quite hard one to do, that one. Uh, Trying to think, what you have to do for this, I suppose. But you can break it down. Like you could say there's an event, and then you could say the event, and that would elicit, elicit, you know, it would elicit emotional changes and behavioural changes, wouldn't it? And then we can say, how would we establish which of these, which of these to put in, and stuff like that. But yeah, I'm curious actually if this is the sort of thing that's actually interesting, because I could probably do this for a long time. I could just do this for hours probably, thinking about stuff. I'm not sure if this is actually interesting to people though, and I'm curious if anyone actually finds things like this actually interesting. So yeah, I mean, because literally for me, being creative is very, very simple. And I think that other people perhaps not quite the same as that. So if you do find, if you like it, then comment, or you can suggest anything. I could literally just suggest anything, and I could probably think of sort of like a network of words and ways of thinking about it that perhaps might suit your needs, and should be an interesting experience for me as well. So if that's about what I'm going to say here, and then like I say, there may be more depending on if there's any kind of interest in this sort of topic. Thanks for watching.